Oh, let's cut that up a little bit. What's going on, people? What is going on? As you already know, these is your boys over here. Sorry for the little bit of the delay. You know how these electronics work. They decide they want to update when you don't need them to do so. As I am your host for this Cooler Talk Monday, the sixth man himself, K Styles. To the stage left is the man that is the mad scientist, Senator Palpatine, Mad Mike Sports, the Sith Lord. And we got a very special guest, as you already know. It is the world's strongest man, sexual child.
Whore! The world's strongest whore. That's what it is.
Taxi Cab Confessionals, MVP, LT.
Taxi Cab Confessionals, boy, you going back. So I'm going back to my teenage years with that one. Good God almighty.
He looking like, wait, what? Boy, your ass just froze up.
It's a Taxi Cab Confessions for me. I did not know I started HBO movie shows.
I just had to hit a throwback for the past for a lot of old folk that watching this, because we already know everybody here old enough to remember that shit.
Yeah, kid, y'all fortunate these days. Y'all got internet by the palm of your hand.
Exactly. We had late nights. So let's go ahead and kick off the Cooler Talk with the roll call. And as Mike and probably busting out laughing in the background, is probably why he just left. Go ahead and kick it off with Floyd Donnelly. We got Pat Norris, Darnell Partridge, Mr. Adamsville in the building, Eric Mack, Joseph Thorpe. Shouts out to Big Ant. We got OG Big Sam, who is the newest member of the Nation. Pick up the pieces. We got Melvin Emery, ATL Leo. We have Michael Walker. We got D. Coleman, John St. Clair, Dreddy, Triple C, Sherman Wood. Hey, we just got J-Rock in the building. We got Pamela in the building. We got Queen Asia in the building. We got Carrie in the building. Oh man, we got the ladies coming out here tonight. We got Sonya. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all give up flowers for the ladies. Make sure y'all give up flowers for the ladies that's in here right now, man. For all of them. Got Brian Peoples, D. Sloan, Prince Kill, Ultra Shadow, Jock Money, B. Tuck and Fold. Is this supposed to be serenade?
That's what it was. That was my attempt. Look, not everybody can sound like Casey and JoJo, okay? Somebody gotta sound like, hey.
It sound like a bee that just got smashed with a fly swatter. All right, man. Let's cut it off. Goddamn. Hey, man. Hey, look, like you said, we already know, man. We coming off a loss. Falcons, Commanders, 19-13. And we have a situation here where it's a lot of trending topics that's been going, a lot of trending subjects that's been going on here. And before we get to the brunt of the show, like I said, we got LT in the building. Let you go ahead and give us your thoughts on what you thought about that game.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Who, me? Yeah, you. Who, me? Yeah, you.
What if you think about hoes again, see? That's what happened when you're old. You can't keep your mind straight.
I got hoes.
Don't believe the hype. I am very much wholesome and I'm a virgin, so don't believe the hype. Uh, Yesterday's game was a very intriguing game for me. I have been saying that against Washington pretty much sets us it put us in position
I had to
for
walk
us
off.
to pretty much like make the wild card.
My bad. I had to walk off because I
Huh?
just heard bullshit. My home wholesome. Get the fuck out of here.
I can't wait for losing with these people.
All right, go ahead, LT, man. What you got, man?
But what it was, the win against Washington yesterday would have had us in position to at least be the 7th seed. Currently, Washington is the 7th seed, and if we win that game yesterday, we will be currently the 7th seed. But with that being said, we played a solid game. We just left plays on the field. Missed throws by Mariota, drop passes by receivers, missed tackles, missed blocking assignments, things of that nature. We left plays on the field. The moniker of thinking like, how should I say this? We should just pretty much tank the season, get the case maybe. That's crazy. We are literally well within the playoff hunt. Even with the loss, you do realize like Washington ain't nothing but a couple of games in front of us. We are in the 9th seeded team wildcard hunt. Seattle lost, so they're on their heels. Tampa lost. The division crown is still up for grabs. We both literally have 5 wins apiece right now. Like literally. The only thing is Atlanta, they had a bye week. Atlanta hasn't had a bye week yet. But we both are literally sitting at 5 wins apiece. So they're not even running away with the division. I understand a lot of people are having issues with the quarterback situation. The thing is, and I don't understand why folks have not grasped this yet. Mariota is not long term. He is a bridge. He's only here for this year, more than likely next year, to give Desmond Ridder an opportunity to learn football at the NFL level. Because you do not want to ruin your rookie's psyche by throwing him out there and expecting him to quote unquote sink or swim. Just for a lot of folks to come out and say, well, he's not as good as I say, so we should just draft CJ Stroud, which is stupid because CJ Stroud in the biggest game of his life played like absolute dog shit. We need to draft Bryce Young. Well, quite frankly, in certain aspects and games that Bryce Young had that were probably the game of his life, he performed like dog shit. So that being said, if we gonna hold this to the standard of he lost to the college football playoffs. I mean, a lot of people have bad games here and there. It is what it is. But I mean, quite frankly, we are forgetting that he did play Georgia in the bowl game the previous year and performed pretty damn good against a very vaunted Georgia defense. Like, we had to make some plays that actually come back and win that game. So, again, the Washington game, like I said, we left plays on the field. The interception, I'm going to tell y'all now, people, it was just a damn good play. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. Their player, their D-line, beat our offensive line, was able to push Lindstrom back into the quarterback, his hands up, they bet the ball in the air. Now, like I said, it's just lucky to draw. PTSD due to the fact that we have dealt with very unfortunate football situations in years past. probably 9 out of 10, that pass usually just goes to the side and it's just an incomplete pass. We get another shot. And happily, just yesterday, instead of doing that, it flies in the air, which led to the interception. But the crying that I've been seeing from this fan base has been absolutely atrocious. Y'all have got crying so damn much. Y'all have to be more consistent on what you want. Because quite frankly, a lot of y'all don't know what the fuck y'all want. You don't know whether you want to pass the ball or you want to run the ball. You don't. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? We have a lot of things that has to take place. So what this team is showing y'all is that football is the ultimate team sport. That means everybody has to perform collectively for us to win. No, we no longer have Matt Ryan to go out there, throw for 500 yards, and we get a dub. And quite frankly, in the last 4 years, he was doing that, and we were still losing. But right now, we are the third best running team in the NFL, and nobody seems to give a damn about that. I do, because quite frankly, and to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, we have not had a tight, probably since the DVD days. Anybody don't know what that is? The Dunn Vic Duckett from basically 2002 to 2005 to 2006. Like, that's damn near 20 years of us being a top 3 rushing team. Have we made top 5? I'm pretty sure we have, especially with the Michael Turner days and whatnot. Even with Coleman and Freeman in the 2016 season, they probably have made it the top 5 as a rushing team. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that in that 20 years. So that's an accomplishment of 3 team. As bad as our pass defense is, our rush defense is respectable, even though it didn't seem that way. But, you know, some days you do have a bad game. But we only allowed 19 points. That's pretty good. Usually we giving up 30 damn points to a person like Dulce Keys. Well, y'all know him as Taylor Heineke, but I call him Dulce Keys. But like Dulce,
the most interesting man in the world.
But Dulce Keys is like he basically just played like the Dulce Keys I've been knowing him to play like. He done nothing special. He literally threw a piss poor pick to Michael Walker of all people. Like, he didn't have to do nothing but just stand there and say, "Hey, here's a football in my hand. Thank you." But y'all have got to understand, we are still within the playoff race. Not only are we still in the wild card hunt, he still got the division title on the line. The Bucks does not scare anybody. Like, we beat Cleveland and they just lost to Cleveland in overtime. With Tom Brady supposed to be the GOAT guy, he's the clutch guy, he's supposed to do X, Y, and Z. He did absolutely shit. He looked like trash. And if we're being honest, they got 5 wins. They should have 4 because they screwed us. But that's a few weeks ago. We moving forward. You know, the only thing we got to worry about is pretty much that Sunday night game against them when they fix the time and we fight for the division title. Whoop-de-doo. But yesterday, like I said, we left plays on the field. We played good, but not good enough to get a win. And that's all that boiled down to. So all the crying that I've been seeing people do, the whole moniker of we gonna fire this person, extremely frustrated at our head coach and this, that, and the third. Well, quite frankly, when I last checked, y'all didn't believe in the season, the media didn't believe in the season, and he surpassed both of them. Because y'all thought we wouldn't be playing meaningful football in December. Well, guess what we're doing right now? Playing meaningful football going into December.
Oh,
we did that last year. I still don't understand how people say that we were going to win 2 games this year, even though we won 7 last year with a piss poor roster. And even though this ain't that much better, it's slightly better than last year's on, and we still got the same, but mostly the same coaching staff. Those guys are phenomenal coaches. Even with Dean Pease working what he working with, yes, we are not one of the best pass defensive teams, but we have made plays when it counted. We won games off interceptions. We got a crucial sack when it counted. We got a crucial stop yesterday against Washington when it counted. And we were driving downfield and then the interception happened. We are building something special. Those days of overpaying quarterbacks $200-something million is gone with this franchise. We are no longer doing that shit there. That is out the door. You Lamar Jackson fans that get to see this video, your dream is just a dream. It's a dream. You can dream about it.
Yes,
you can, matter of fact, you can get it. Dreaming of you. Yeah.
Dreaming.
That's not happening. We're not paying nobody $250 million guaranteed to play past the stat lines as Mariota. Ooh, did I say that out loud?
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get plaque my Twitter page for that.
I'll probably do.
I'm pretty much a hater now.
I mean,
but yeah.
I mean, when you go,
the dude literally puts up the same stat line.
No, my bad. I was about to say, when you go against the popular narrative, you always gonna get flack. Here we get it all the goddamn time. This is what we do.
I mean, at this point, what I'm seeing for everybody, y'all pretty much done turned into Mushu off of Mulan. Dishonor on your whole family. Dishonor on the rock of play. Dishonor on Mariota. Dishonor.
You say they turned into Eddie Murphy.
Dishonor on the Falcons. Dishonor on Arthur Blank. Fire Arthur Smith. Fire Terry Fontenot.
I'm glad you said that.
We are literally winning. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, no. I'm about to say. No, go ahead and finish. Cause I'm about to say, I'm glad you said that too. Because right after you finish, hey, we're gonna do something a little bit different tonight. So go ahead, LT.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're winning games. No, it's not going to be pretty. I actually like this type of football better because football ain't never been a pretty sport. I don't know who idea was it to think it was supposed to be actually pretty and it's supposed to look sexy while we winning games. Yeah, that's not football. This is a dirty, grimy, grinded out game. Who has the biggest nuts on the field? That's what it boils down to. Ironically, I said biggest nuts, and these two fools calling me a man whore. Whatever. So with that being said, people got to understand this is what. Anyway, people got to understand. People got to understand what this team is and what we're planning on doing. They're showing you what it is. It's up to you to accept what it is. See, I haven't done many spaces this year, but if you probably would have been in our chats when we watched the game, I'm pretty much cool, calm, and collected the whole way, unless I see a BS, flag or something that's like raise a little hell, but 9 times I just shrug it off. It's the Falcons. They gonna call some BS on us. I mean, they ran pick plays all day yesterday. Nobody called an offensive pass interference until like literally the fourth quarter. Go figure. But at the end of the day, I don't put too much feelings into it because I know what we are. And we was bound to be a Super Bowl team and we losing games like this. Then I might be a little more upset. But I can't be upset because they already are exceeding expectations is what they're doing. They're exceeding expectations. Like I said, folks, you had people literally say we were going to go 0-17, 0-16, and the tie we're going to be against the Browns. Go figure, because we beat them. We was going to get mocked by everybody. We had the worst roster in the NFL. Yet the worst roster done won 5 games. I don't want to hear nothing about people complaining about, well, so and so was injured. You should not be losing the Falcons. We have the worst roster based off the media standards, based off analyst standards. We have the worst roster. Why are you losing to a team like us? Why the 49ers, who's beating quality teams, but got their ass handed to them by us? We beat them convincingly, 28-14. It wasn't close. We dominated on all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. It's any given Sunday. And right now, to be honest with y'all, where people might look at certain teams being Super Bowl contenders, to truth be told, anybody could be a Super Bowl contender these days. Because the teams that came off to them hot starts and they look so formidable and promising, you can see the chinks in Philadelphia armor. You can see the Bills falling by the wayside. I mean, you seeing it. One thing about it, what people got to understand is the game changed when you walk into January, because playoff football changes dramatically in January. We've seen teams that walked in their joker with 1 loss out of the 2011 Green Bay Packers, and they got their ass kicked. Packers had home field advantage last year. And San Francisco walked in there and beat their ass. It's just that simple. So as of right now, stop crying. Support the team. You know, your feather's gonna get ruffled a little bit, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand losing is part of the game. You're not gonna go undefeated. And if I'm being honest about it, Washington might be a little slightly, but due to they actually got a defensive front. Their front is not sorry. Their front is damn good. Now, did we attack their front and make plays against their front? Of course they did. It comes down to us learning who we are, because last year we were barely winning close games. This year we are close games, but like I said, now the learning process is people making plays at certain times. Mm-hmm. That crucial sack at a certain point, an interception at a certain point. You need those type of plays that can start generating. Did we do good by getting off the field on the 3rd down? We did. But what if we, instead of them having a punt, if you got a turnover, short of field position, wrong position?
That is true. But
go ahead.
But like you said, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish it. But I'm letting everybody know. We will be doing it open tonight, so all your grievances on why Arthur Smith needs to be fired or all that, you got an opportunity right now to get it off your chest.
Please do, because I want to see this.
So
I'm thoroughly entertained.
So like you said, if you for the fire Arthur Smith, fire Terry Fontenot, trade everybody, brigade, or I'm disappointed, let's throw away the seat. Like I said.
And in the words of Chauncey King, commit murder to said person and fornicate in front of their children. And fornicate with their wife in front of their children.
Boy, that like a bad crime scene right there.
It really does. I'm really trying to clean it up, but
that's a bad crime scene. All right. So we got the first one up. I see in the background, OG. We're gonna get you coming up here soon. William, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Y'all can hear me?
I might have to speak a little bit louder, man. What's going on?
Oh, I can't hear. It's like I was staticking. You can hear me now?
Yeah. What you got? What's up, man? What you got for us?
Oh man, listen. I understand we lost this game, but we gotta be playing better in game situations. I get what y'all got from but we playing inconsistent. I'm saying fire head coach Smith because this is your second year. I'm not saying we have to be perfect, but as a head coach, you got to be better at play calling. That's why we gave you a second year to get the player that you need, and you not using as the players that we giving you. I'm not saying like we supposed to be blowing teams out, but game situations, you're on the 4 yard line, you should run the ball. I believe trying to run the ball twice. They only did the run the ball one time where Marcus Mayo did the read option. But I'm just saying, Arthur Smith, you got to be better as a play caller because shit, your third year, if you get the damn players, you get the success you get. Ain't no excuses about I should have did this, I should have did that. Just stick with you what's good for us. We is in the top three running the ball. Teams know that we're gonna run the ball. But like I said, we can't be inconsistent. Stick to our identity. I don't give a fuck if we start getting like basically like, if we good at keep running the ball, keep continuing to do that until he stop that shit. That's what I'm saying. That will frustrate me with Arthur Smith. We keep saying inconsistent. One game we'll win, then after that we'll lose another one. I'm not saying like we supposed to win all our games, but shit, this is around crunch time December, you got to win all your games. You got to, man. Like I'm saying, I'm not done with the Falcons. I'm just saying I'm just tired of the bullshit off the Smith being sunburned and all that shit, man. Go ahead.
All right. Anybody got something? anybody want to get on that right quick? Got a question for him?
I got a question.
Right, so,
I got a question. I just got. I got.
Go ahead.
I got. Hold on. No. Stop. What makes him stubborn?
Like the shit,
Why is he stubborn? We ran the ball for 160.
I'm saying he's stubborn because the shit that he's doing, like he know what he be doing sometimes. I feel like on game situations you should be throwing it down ball on the 4 yard. That shit remind me of Seattle and the Patriots. I'm just saying, Arthur Smith, you know better than that as a head position.
Look, man, we not doing it. Look, we gonna stop that shit because look, we not doing that bullshit.
Calm down.
Super Bowl. No, fuck that. No, fuck that bullshit because I keep hearing the same shit all damn day. I've been hearing this shit for almost 16 hours a day. About the same shit. This is Seattle, and the fucking reason why we lost is because we ran the ball and they got stopped. We ran the damn ball for 167 fucking yards. What more do y'all want? At some point, you're going to have to learn how to throw the damn ball. At some point, you're going to have to learn to throw the damn ball. You can't run for 50 times a damn game like this a fucking Army-Navy game.
I thought you were going to say Georgia Tech. we're calling
So hold on. Let me add to this. Because you...
Oh my God!
Man, this ain't ganging up
because
it's not ganging on them.
Let me add because you mentioned about running the ball. You mentioned about running the football. We literally lost 2 yards the previous play before that interception. Literally lost 2 yards. I also pointed out that the Commanders do have a decent front. And let's also factor in the fact that do you truly trust a person like Dahlman in this much of a crucial situation to withhold his point of attack against that defensive line? We've seen what this man has done all year against quality D linemen. He has got pushed back. He got pushed back yesterday. On the previous drive before that last drive, we went 3 and out. Why? Because we ran the ball on first down and Dahlman got killed. And by him getting killed, Cordero Patterson lost 4 yards. And we ultimately set the offense back, which we had to punt the ball back to Washington. So again, it's too many factors than to just say, well, I'm gonna just run the ball. Another thing, I'm gonna piggyback off Mike on this part. The Seattle thing, worst example ever. Our line is in Seattle at the time, and as good as Cordero Patterson is, he ain't prime beast mode. He is not prime Marshawn Lynch. Let's just stop that.
Ain't beast mode. Like, stop that bullshit. We ain't no damn Seattle. Ain't no way we Seattle. We ain't got the line.
And our defense damn sure is good.
We got the coach.
Nah.
What are you talking about? Y'all just make up bullshit to make this try to just to make that man look bad. Look. I get it. We don't trust Marcus Mariota, and nobody gives a damn about Marcus Mariota. Hell, I barely give a damn about him. But that's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is he is not very good. And y'all don't want him to do the damn thing but hand the ball off. Stop with the bullshit with Arthur Smith and saying he's stubborn and he's stubborn.
But nah,
what coach gonna sit back and hand the damn ball off for 40 times?
But listen,
what NFL coach is gonna hand the ball off?
Let him talk, Mike.
Let him talk.
But listen though, real shit. Me and Big Country Low was talking last night, and his wife, Ronnie, had a good ass point because she was like, I'm getting questioned what Arthur Smith is trying to do. Like, she's trying to say, like, the plays that he's calling is kind of suspect because she don't know if Arthur Smith calling the plays or Dave Ragoon. And I agree with her on that shit. But what I'm saying is, as a head coach, Arthur Smith, you have to be making better decisions, game decisions. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what Marcus Mariota. We know he's not an accurate quarterback. We get that. But continue what you're doing. Running the ball or the read options. That's the problem is what I get what you're saying, Matt. Mike, I understand that we games ain't pretty like we supposed to be. I get that, but what I'm saying as a head coach, you have to be better as in game decision. That's what I'm saying.
How smart is it to run the ball?
Hold on, I got it. Okay, what he just said, you have to be more so about in-game decisions. He is correct. But let me say this. I repeat, we literally lost 2 yards the previous play by running the football. If you watch the play that was in an interception, it was the right because Cordero came out the backfield wide open. If it wasn't for Lindstrom getting pushed back and Payne putting his hands up and batting the ball in the air, Cordero Patterson walks in the end zone for a touchdown. The play call was the right call for the situation. It just, you have to give credit where credit is due. It was a damn good defensive stop by Washington defense. We have to get out the mindset that we just going, like, just because our guys is on the field, that means it should always work. You playing to get somebody, everybody get paid to play the game. That's how it goes. Those guys get paid to make plays just as well as our guys get paid to make plays. They made the play. Right. We have to give Washington credit where credit is due. It had nothing to do with bad play calling because on first down, he did exactly what I would do. I will run the football. Okay, I realize that they're playing the run tough. Montez Sweat on the read option zoomed straight into the backfield and blew the play up. So okay, if I'm a coach and I'm play calling, I'm watching the coverage. You're playing across the board. Okay, that means if I get the right setup, that means your safety, who's the furthest from the line of scrimmage, has to come and he has to come down and guard my running back out of. But guess what? He ain't gonna have time to get down there. And by the time he do get down there, Cordero Patterson is strong enough to run through him for a touchdown. It's that simple. So to say that he got to make better crucial decisions, and he did. He actually called it right. It's just that Washington made the play. We have to give them boys credit when credit is due. That's what the boy.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with the team.
The ball out 50 times. That's all I got. That's how smart.
Let them talk. Let them talk.
How smart is it to hand the ball off 40 fucking times?
Listen, man. I just want this team to be consistent, man. Week in and week out, we preach about. I'm not bad, bro. You see me keep talking about Matt Ryan. Listen. I want this team to win so fucking bad, bro. It's been 5 years we didn't went to the playoff, and I just want this team to at least get above 500 for the first time since 2017, bro. That's just real shit. I love.
But sometimes it's a process, dog. It's a process. Sometimes we live in a. I'm honest with you. What you just said. We in 2007 we saw our team go through turmoil. Head coach leave us, franchise quarterback go to prison, this, that, and the third. And then the very next year we in the playoffs. We're a winning franchise. We got to understand that's an anomaly. That's not gonna happen too often. So, but in order for you to build, I understand. I want to be a winning team too. But in order for you to build a winning team, I don't want a team that's just gonna be winning games and I want championships. I want us to build a dynasty. That takes years to build. So, and you have to understand, this is Arthur Smith and Company second year running this team, along with the fact that we don't have no cap whatsoever. They're doing what they can with a majority of guys that are, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but these guys are basically either backups or guys that's on the practice squad elsewhere.
Facts.
But we're winning games with them. So but then you also you got to look at it. People want all these big name free agents, but you got to also realize the team has to succeed at this point. Also look at it like, dang, what the Falcons did win 7 or 8 games last year, and they really ain't had nobody. They ain't had no cap. Now they got cap. You know this, that. So Terry Fontenot can sell a dollar in a dream. Hey, if you come here, we might not can't pay. If we could put some incentives in your contract for you to get more money, but we're not gonna outright pay you. But you could be a part of something great. This team could be a championship caliber team. But then if you bring in a quality starter in, you can get quality backups in. So that means if it happened to go down, you're not really losing production. It goes hand in hand. We have to play the game smart. I want to win just as well as anybody else want to win, but you have to play the long game. We live in a microwave society. Everybody want to go in and pop in something to eat in 2 minutes, and we can eat it right then and there. But we done left that stove alone. That's why I'm in the kitchen right now doing this show, because we left the stove alone. We got to get back to
they're gonna play that, bro.
What up, fellas?
You know what I'm saying? We got eating this chicken and these neck bones and these oxtails. We got to get back to doing that, because in order for you to really see some plentiful success, you're gonna have to slow cook it. You don't fast cook neck bones, dog. You let it simmer in that crock pot all day long.
See, the problem is
that's what it is.
See, the problem is people want to put whole chickens in the microwave.
That ain't gonna work.
Come on, bro.
That ain't gonna work.
We can't do it.
Now you following me. You following me now.
I'm following where you're going with it. But like you said, that's why I said, even when we say about the consistency as far as the running the ball, like I said, running the ball is the most logical sense in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But even with him coming out and saying, hell, sometimes you just take chances. Like you said, that was the second throw. Literally, I think that was like the third throw of that whole quarter. And it was the unfortunate of the interception. But the thing is, we can't make the notion of, okay, if he doesn't do it in year 2, get rid of his ass. That's not how you build. That's not how you build stability for your team. Because you
literally turn yourself into the Cleveland Browns.
Like
hey, K-Styles.
Yo.
K-Styles. It's something I'm gonna put out there. It may not be a popular opinion, but what people got to realize about this team is this. Look at all the teams that's in the playoffs right now. Not in the hunt, but the ones that's actually in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. This team ain't developed enough yet to go toe-to-toe with them, like without some kind of help or without their teams being beat up drastically. This is what you got to think about. Because let's just say we win these next 5 games and we get in the playoffs. We're going to get drugged. Some of these teams is on their shit. Yeah. We're going to get drugged because we're not developed.
So did we just beat the 49ers?
But like you say, even if they do get drugged, it's the simple fact that you took a team, made out of construction paper. This is a construction paper team.
Yeah. Shit, we got all that cap space.
with $70 million in dead cap space.
Right.
Hold on.
Now, don't get me wrong.
That statement. We beat the
49ers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't have the capability that we can't go in there and win. I'm saying from a developmental standpoint, that balance that we want to see, all of the aspects that we know we can get out of this team right now, we don't have yet. I'm not saying that we couldn't go in there and win. But
what are you looking for?
Well, what am I looking for?
What aspect? What aspects are you speaking of?
Well, just I would say just small areas of deficiencies right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to talk about, the coaching staff and whatnot. We got to beef up our trenches. You know what I'm saying? We got to develop players a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying this team is a dumpster fire by no means, because for that to be the case, we wouldn't have been in games like this. I'm just saying from a developmental standpoint, in my opinion, we still got a ways to go. You know what I'm saying? But
the trenches like.
But what I'm saying is too, you can't, after each loss, you can't just say blow the team up and start over. That absolutely makes no sense. That absolutely makes no sense.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we were complaining years ago that the Falcons never developed any players. We complained how we had good players come through our organization and we let them slip out the door. So we can't sit up here and get mad and want to blow the team up every time we lose. Yeah, we're gonna have ugly wins, we're gonna have ugly losses. It is what it is. But like LT said, you do have to play you do got to play the long game. You got to.
Look, let me stop it right one minute. Do we realize we're complaining over one play, and we're questioning whether or not Arthur Smith called the one play right, not the other 54 snaps that we had, just that one play, and saying he needs to make better decisions. See what's wrong with that?
Okay, let me.
We're
okay.
saying that.
Okay, so where Juan is coming from, he's saying more so of. Okay, I'm trying to get everybody damn thought now.
I'm just talking about everybody.
No. I know what you're saying in general, but I'm going from what Juan is talking about is more so of we got guys still learning. So it's like we don't like I said, we don't know where they might, but then at the same
we're
not like I said, we're not there yet. But you're trying to build, like I said, you're trying to build the mentality for this team to get there. Like you said, this is how you get free agents to come here, is by taking shit and turning it into diamonds. This is what the Falcons are literally doing.
Turn that shit into a chocolate
a steaming pile of horse shit, and we're doing the best we can with it.
Turn that shit into a brownie. That's what we're gonna try to do.
Because you have to think about it. Arthur Smith went from throwing the ball 65% of the time last year to running the ball 56% of the time this year. So the philosophies have flipped in 2 years. You got rid of the staples of your team for the last 5 years. Let's talk about Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Deion Jones, Calvin Ridley, Keanu Neal.
Yep. All our regime, all the people we had for 5 years, they're gone.
Fourier gone. Like I said, like the whole staple of the team is flipped.
Yep.
Like I said, you still got Grady and you still got some of the new generation. But if as far as talking about experience, this is really what the Falcons team is lacking right now. It's just experience at a lot of positions.
Yeah, you're right. From defensive tackles to linebackers to safeties.
Mm-hmm. And I won't say something too. I keep hearing about this. We should have traded for Deron Payne. I got one question for everybody. And I know y'all didn't say this, but I just want to say this. How the hell you gonna get Deron Payne with no goddamn money?
We over the cap. We 65 million dead cap. Who the hell say
y'all got? I about to say y'all got some food. Y'all got some food stamps or some Falcons only fan pages. Y'all getting money for to get this.
The only reason they saying that is because he made the play against us that won them the game. Up until that point, was we even talking about it?
So
and that's the thing. He made one play. Like other than that, he would. As I kind of make fun of people that like when people be talking about star players on teams and then they don't really perform that well, and I say stuff like he was a healthy scratch. Up to that point, he was a healthy scratch.
Right. Okay. You didn't hear about him too much.
All right, OG, what's going on, man?
It's good. First of all, good evening. How everybody doing?
Good, man.
How everybody doing? Everybody doing?
We good.
Right?
We good.
Secondly, to all these folk that keep talking about these folk names that keep coming across there that we should have and we can and it ain't right. What fucking money do we have to go pay any damn body? That's first. Before you go to talk about what's rocket science, okay? Say, did you even consider before you opened your fucking mouth to other than word to be talking about some damn rocket science? When you can't remotely put C, A, and a damn T together, remotely think your ass damn smart.
I told you.
Yeah, I said when they started this bullshit last year, I said y'all need to stop being disrespectful to Arthur Smith. Stop being disrespectful. This man won 7 games with a half a needle, a piece of thread, and a half a bottle of fucking glue.
Not a half a bottle of glue.
Y'all come in this, we gonna be 2-15. I mean, man, well, I tell you,
we need to pass the ball more. We need to run the ball more. Like, what the fuck he gonna do with it? He playing with a 5th round rookie.
To you geniuses, okay. The reason why we running the ball so fucking much because we can't damn pass protect.
I love it.
I'm gonna explain it to him real nice. Okay, what you should do is turn the damn difficulty rate on your Madden franchise up to all Madden. Okay.
Hey, look. They wanted him to build a Ferrari with a plastic bag.
Oh, dang.
Turn your play restrictions on and turn your salary cap on. Then play a damn season. You might understand just a little bit about the goddamn NFL then if you play that way. Because you're running here with these damn fantasy damn player ideas and you need to sit your dumb ass down somewhere. This ain't fantasy football. And Arthur done told y'all that shit twice. We ain't got nobody's grandmama's money to give Ndamukong Suh and Robert Quinn or this other.
God, it made Sam so mad he froze. God, he froze that man internet.
Oh my God. Hold on.
What the hell?
LT.
What the hell?
What happened to your neck?
You froze, Sam?
What the hell just happened? Oh no, what the hell just happened?
Look. Yeah, don't hit send, damn it. Don't hit send.
Thank y'all for giving us.
You spend so much damn time complaining, and you're not even paying attention to what's going on. You got a whole progress. You got a whole team being built.
Hey, look, I was about to say, y'all can have Calvin. I'm glad y'all took his money away from us too, so you'd have helped us a lot. So,
hey.
Oh god,
Right.
not
We ain't
disco.
about to
get
we ain't
this
about to
real
get
quick.
to Cavalry tonight.
Let me get this question real quick,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Say, hey, Mike, what do you think is wrong with Marcus Mariota mechanic because the ball is too tall? Sam just really said it, but it's also another thing. The main thing what's wrong with Marcus Mariota is Chris Dalman. I always say Chris Dalman, but Drew Dalman, he's ass. He's throwing off the timing of this offense, and we can't necessarily get into a rhythm because we hand the ball off. He snaps the ball low. He snaps it high. He snaps it left. He snaps it right. And you can't get in a rhythm offensively, especially with a passing game. So that's number one. But number two is really the pass protection. The pass protection is absolute ass, and it's causing Marcus Mariota to have what we call jumpy feet. He's got jumpy feet. He's antsy.
He's basically mumble.
Yeah.
He's basically mumble. If anybody know who mumble is, he's the little penguin off Happy. That's who he is. He's mumble.
He's throwing that ass in a circle in the pocket right now. That's
the one that can't sing. The one that can't.
He sound like radio on crack.
Yeah.
Sound like RJ talking about his damn brother.
I want my pie.
Thank you.
I want my pie.
Thank you.
I cannot.
The third time is really just the third one is really just tied into the other two. Is that he can't make a decision because he don't know. Like he's feeling the pressure. All right, we got this snap right this time, but in the back of his head, he's always thinking somebody's after him, even when he's free. So you gotta at the end of the year, the Falcons got to make a decision to either draft a guy or sign a guy that's coming in free agency that plays center because the Falcons offense is not going to get better if Drew Dalman is the center next year. It's just not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Drew Dalman is one of two players that were not what I thought they were when we drafted them. Because I thought Drew Dalman was gonna be the answer at center. Nope. And I also thought Michael Walker was gonna be a player on the defense, and he has been just the fucking opposite.
Please do not talk about ramen noodles. Please don't talk about ramen noodles.
I do want to add to this. I do want to add to this real quick. I don't think people understand how important snaps are.
Right.
I see a lot of people. I remember having an issue on social media because I showed a video where Dalman snapped the ball like to the right of Mariota, and he had to try to adjust and catch it to do a handoff. And folks was like, well, he should be able to catch that. First of all, dude, as a quarterback, if my hands is here, I want the ball here. I don't need it here. I don't need it here. I don't need it here or here. I need it here.
Facts.
YMCA. That's
Hey, see,
come on.
And I've said this on the show.
I want to hear.
And LT is right. Do y'all not understand that most of these teams with these good defenses, when Dalman snaps the ball too low, for instance, that means Marcus Mariota has to look down, catch the ball, and then look up and adjust and hope he can try to make some money, because you got to think in those 2 seconds that he's looking down, say it's a pass play, those receivers have run their routes. That means now he's got to try to at least get out the pocket without taking a sack. He can't set up or step into a throw in order to make that. And you got linemen coming at you. Dalman at that time is getting bulldozed. So he don't have time to go through his progressions at all. He's in panic mode at that point.
As a matter of fact, you're right, because the big play to OZ, what happened to Mariota on that play?
Yeah,
the boy almost got his head took off.
That's what I'm talking about.
The big play to OZ, what happened to Mariota?
Yeah,
almost got his head took off.
see, what y'all got to understand is because he's a mobile quarterback, you got good defenses. If once they bull rush the middle and they take care of the edges, he ain't got nowhere to go. So you also almost force him to get hurt in certain instances because now he's doing goofy stuff to save himself or try to save the play.
Here's the backside of having to make a detrimental financial decision of getting rid of a human computer at quarterback. Last year, you had that where he could that you're seeing all the things that Mariota cannot do. Matt was doing last year. He cannot get everybody together, tell them where they're supposed to be, diagnose the defense, and get the playoff on time. Mariota can't do that.
Look, like
y'all want to know something that's wild? I just want to point out one thing. Mariota has been sacked and hit more with so much less pass attempt than Matt did with way more pass attempts.
Facts.
So that should tell you something.
That would explain why he did the Crash Bandicoot throw against the damn Panthers on that Thursday night game.
That was that help me Jesus throw. Okay, he looked like he was on his back praying when he threw it up.
Right.
I don't even talk about that sloppy game. No.
Boy, something wrong too.
I walked out. When I was drinking my damn liquor, I said, "Oh, it's time me to go." Shit, I seen that score. I was like, "Oh, time to go." Time to take me a bed.
But yeah, Alex, you in the building, man?
I am indeed. Yep.
All right, man. What's going on, man? What you got for us?
First of all, thank y'all for having me on. I'll just start by saying that except for me watching it live, I haven't rewatched the game. Right now, the all 22 footage has just dropped, so I haven't seen it yet. But I wasn't sure. Case Dallas, did you see Marcus Mariota by any chance talking to the offensive lineman or giving any signals out on that play that he threw an interception on? Or by any chance?
I don't think no.
Okay.
No.
I don't think he did.
Nah.
No, he was reading his hand out to make sure. I think one of the dudes was motioning. Like I think they was like
it was just a motion.
It was like a motion he was doing. Yeah, it was a motion because you know how they doing it when he put out OZ or Williams and they're like start running this way. That way, make it feel like they doing a jet sweep or something like that. They do.
Okay, so you were signaling the motion. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the way that Arthur Smith made it seem in the press conference, I thought because I didn't really listen too much to the press conference, but I thought he had mentioned that he had called a play and then Marcus had checked to a different play, and then that led to the passing play. Now, by any chance, it's possible that play that Arthur Smith did call, because I might be getting this all wrong, but it's possible that play that Arthur Smith did call might have been a zone read or whatever. But even if it was just original one play, passing play that Arthur Smith called or whatever, the plays are mainly done by field and by front, so they can audible by front or whatever. The passing concept worked. You had EP in the middle of the field open, but I can understand why people want that play to be a run call. Because it's not the high percentage throw to throw over the middle of the field when it's not. It's the most traffic, especially in the red zone.
And they playing nickel. They were playing dime. That's what I'm saying. Going like they was playing dime.
They were playing light boxes.
They had like five DBs. I was like, damn, why the hell?
It was dime man coverage.
It was dime man coverage. Okay.
Yeah.
So running the ball probably makes more sense in that situation. But what I do think is something that is food for thought is that I've heard people say that we should have went into I formation and maybe call some power stuff. And for that, I say that is kind of not exactly the move. Because if you look at the statistics on our run call frequency, we don't call any power concepts. Like we're the lowest in the league.
Hey, remember the last time we called I formation? What happened? Mariota threw a Jesus ball.
Right.
We mainly, as K Styles and Mad Mike know, we mainly run zone concepts, whether it's outside zone or inside zone. We don't really run this little pulling guard, power eye, or
they pull from. They use their tight ends to pull. They don't.
Yeah, they use their tight ends maybe in motion as pullers or stuff like that.
A lot of tight
Smith like to use two tight ends and have a running back in the back.
And trap.
Do a lot of read options.
Exactly. Or trap. Yeah, we might even use trap here and there, but we really don't do it that.
So that you brought up them playing dying man coverage. If I'm not mistaken, they was using that same defense the previous play, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe so. I believe
they did. It was the same thing.
Because I thought they had two tight ends in the first play.
It was the same.
No,
it was dime man coverage. Okay, so with me saying that, how this is where you kill that argument about them playing dime man coverage. It seems so much better to, as running the ball is the better option. We literally lost 2 yards the previous play with them in that defense.
And I would go to because that was a point that Coach Unchained, me and him had a conversation about that. The play call was actually right, fully right. As a matter of fact, that probably was a touchdown, but either someone read it wrong or that DN was literally the best DN I've ever seen playing that, because that was
Payne. You know what? I'm gonna say what happened with you. Payne just pushed Lindstrom back for enough, and when Mariota loaded to throw the ball to Cordell Patterson, he just stuck his hand up, and that's all it was. It wasn't no spectacular thing. It's just that he pushed Lindstrom back, put his hands up. And when most cases where the ball probably been an incomplete pass by falling to the side, it just went in the air. That's all it was.
He did what a DP is trying to do. If you can't get there, you get your hands up. He got his hands up and got the ball.
He did the old Ted Washington routine. That's what his big ass couldn't get nowhere, so just stick your damn hands up.
And I'll be honest, I was one that was heavy on that he should have ran until I went back and looked at it again, just to make sure. And I saw what Mike was talking about, and I saw what LT was talking about. Like, because LT, you were right, because like I said, we were on the 2-yard line at first. And then that play got blown up, set us back 2 more yards.
So here's my question going back to that play sequence. You run the ball again on that second down. Do you continue? Let's say you run that ball on that second down and you get nowhere. Do you continue to physically try to impose your will, or do you try to do something to try to loosen it up? Now, the reason why I'm saying this too is there's a certain sequence that may happen, like certain coaches may do, where they may call a pass play to soften the defense up for that run play.
Yeah,
I believe that's what probably was going to happen.
That may, like I said, that may have been the plan. Like you said,
what's going to happen? That's exactly what was going to happen. Coaches call plays in sequence. They don't call it one by one. It's sequences. How they look at things. So once it gets to play, you're already thinking about what happens next.
So eventually they was still gonna try to throw the ball. They probably did a play earlier than what we all expected, just based on what that play before has.
Because they did the 2 previous plays, they ran the ball to get down in position to make that play.
They did. Yeah.
So it would have made sense to throw them off.
You also have to look at it too, as well as on those 3rd and 1s and 3rds and 2s. They really weren't that successful at those in that game neither.
No.
We had big runs,
and that makes a solid point.
Yeah,
that makes a solid point, because say the interception don't happen, we pass the ball on 2nd down, it's an incomplete pass, but then we pass the ball on 3rd down, and then we get those 2 yards back. Now it's 52. Now the formation might look like another pass play, but then bam, he run a inside zone up the middle
for the touchdown,
for the 4th down.
And
exactly,
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
there's like multiple things about our offense. But I want to first kind of address some things that I've heard. There are people that have brought up some good points. Like, had we ran it maybe in a more heavier formation, we could have went ahead and did play action the next play, or did a what's it called, a rollout or something like that, or something along those lines, just to get yardage.
Yeah, like how the tight ends load up the field.
Well, who our best? Hold on. Let me say this. Our best receiver on that is not, especially the tight end. If you're going heavy, you're going tight end. You're not bringing in the wide receiver. That takes Drake London off. Your best option at that point is Michael
Pruitt. Yeah,
I'm about to say, y'all better not say Parker Hesse ass. he got that one-handed catch.
That man is practically a fullback. He's basically.
I like Anthony Ferguson.
Yeah,
he all right.
Ferk has been nice for a minute.
Another thing I want to bring up, because people think that play action can work all the time. But when you have y'all noticed that a lot of times when we run them our play actions, do you not notice that the ends be running straight to the quarterback? They don't even hesitate.
Right.
They don't stutter stuff or nothing. They go straight to the QB.
Right.
So if you do run that hard play action, but if the D end don't bite on it and then Mariota gets sacked, now you don't went from second and 4 to go line, go second and 4, second down at the 3rd and 15, something like that.
Yeah. And
that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah.
So now you done made your job harder, because now as a goal, you don't get no 4th down after that.
Right. And you gotta understand too, Ron Rivera is a very good coach. He been around. He been in the NFC South a long time. So
you got 2 premier defensive coaches on that team. Ron Rivera's defensive coach.
Yeah, so he's played the Falcons, and he's seen these schemes before. So it's not like it's new to him. So it ain't like we was playing no rookie coach either.
Yeah, and I would go, because trust me, I know that play action does not work sometimes, because the way that this all 22 footage and you see Marcus Mariota running for his life sometimes in play action is kind of frustrating. But that's besides the point.
Exactly. I've been seeing it all year.
Let me say this on that point, Alex, because guess what? Falcons run a lot of play action last the year the previous in 2020 with Dirk Cutter. That shit didn't do nothing. Why? Because you had no running game. All he did was run play action out of the gun. So play action, just because you're running play action, doesn't mean everybody has to buy it.
Yeah,
right.
I would go and because I wanted to touch on LT's point. He had mentioned passing the ball, and then having more options, like just in case on 2nd down it's an incompletion, on 3rd down you get that yardage back, and then 4th down you have really a RPO situation. To add on to that in the on that 4th down situation, we can use motions in so many different ways. Like we motion a lot to like help with our running advantages, so that helps, and we motion a lot to get little rub routes and things of that nature. And we also use motion on like 4x1 sets just to get easy RPO screens for easy touchdown, where you don't have to make any thoughts on that. Me and Coach Unchained talked about that yesterday. But there's so many options that you can do with LT's point. Like it's a lot of options.
Yeah, fellas, man.
I'm gonna tell you this though. A lot of motions are used due to the fact that it tells you what the defense is. If you put a guy in motion and you see like a person follows him, okay, they ain't in coverage. But if you see somebody that motions and then like the defense just slides, okay, they playing zone. Now you got to figure out whether it's just a zone across the board, is it a zone blitz, this, that, and the third. So, like I said, it's very telling. These are the things that people don't go in depth when they watch when it comes to football. See, people think they know football, but they only watch the game from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and they don't watch nothing else. They'll go back and watch YouTube highlights, which is condensed down to like 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But like you said, you have all 22. I have all 22. When people come at me and say that I don't know the sport, bro, you don't know the hours that I put in doing film study. I'm telling you what went wrong on certain plays. But you want to say I don't know football, whatever the case may be. Not saying y'all, I'm just saying this certain posts on social media. And that's how it goes. You have people that actually out here that does that film study. Okay, this play, or you say, oh, Marcus Mariota made a bad throw, or just that and third. Well, let's talk about the bad route run from said wide receiver. But it ain't got nothing to do with it. It got plenty to do with it. Everything. One thing about football is a sport of not only continuity, but it's about timing.
Timing, yes.
Yes.
Everything got to be cohesive to one another.
Goodness gracious.
That's why they call it a system.
You can't just be out there just doing stuff just to be doing it. It don't work that way.
Literally, if you mess up like a little bit of the time,
that even goes down all the way down to the snap. If Dalton snaps the ball wrong, you're not gonna be successful.
Yeah, you throw the timing of the offense off completely.
Yeah, even if Marcus takes a hitch on his drop, like that's like the difference between a completion.
A prime example of that, the fourth down play.
Yeah,
the fourth down play yesterday. If it went by Keith Smith and Mariota running into each other, that could have been a disaster. But he was able to get the ball in Algier hands. But luckily, Montez Sweat anyway. Stuff like that, people don't factor in when it comes to football. That one misstep, that one slight bump between Keith Smith and Mariota could have been a complete disaster. Complete disaster.
Let's just be honest with you. Let's just be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. If the Falcons scored a touchdown, rather they ran the ball or passed the ball yesterday, we ain't having this damn discussion right now.
Not at all.
Not even close.
So it don't matter if that they ran the ball or they passed the ball. The fact is we're upset because they didn't score. Period. They didn't execute score. Period, and we didn't get a chance to get to 500 again.
Yeah,
this is all it really comes down to.
But you know what, K Styles? It goes to what you used to say. You got one or two plays that determine the game. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. That last drive, wasn't it. That wasn't the straw. If you look at these first two quarters, our defense couldn't make a stop. There was a lot of other plays, a lot of missed, passes and stuff like that led to that.
Got Darren Hall out here getting lunch money on the goal line. Got Richard back flying all over the damn place, missing tackles. You got Hawkins missing tackles. Like everything.
I mean, he's been playing pretty solid all year. But let's talk about. He's been playing pretty solid all year. But let's not. But let's look at the people forget about the play that when Mariota was under pressure on one of them play action boot leagues, and he threw a good ball to Old,
and he dropped
it. That cost us a drive.
Yeah.
LT.
Yes, sir.
This is why I'm so upset when people are talking about we should have ran the ball. It's one play. You're really like you're trying to say when we talk about the Washington. I always want to say Redskins, but the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, the name.
He said Commanders. He said, okay, YouTube. He said Commanders. I
said I wanted to see it. But this is one play.
I live in DC. Some people just don't care. Like they don't care. They'll sit.
They don't care.
I try to be
these algorithms do so.
They are the Washington name redacted.
Man, we just they just gonna be known as the Washington football team. I'm gonna keep it at that. That is unique and it's funny as hell to say.
Like that. Man, they got new owner coming in. Jay-Z
that's what it comes down to. This is what like I said, at the end of the day, man, we gotta stop trying to like belittle coaches, belittle players because of one play. Sometimes it takes that one player to make that one play to get a win. You're gonna be the Falcons have been in almost every game this year. They haven't gotten blown out one time this year?
Yeah,
That's it.
Cincinnati
No,
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati played us
So it's
with
gonna
a
come down
depleted
to
secondary.
And
So I don't want to hear that.
No,
Once AJ got injured, it was wraps.
And Cincinnati only scored 7 points in the second half of that game.
Exactly.
So.
Like in the second half, they practically had the same amount of points as we did. Like literally. And it frustrates me sometimes when people get fixated on one play because it's more than that. Like no one's gonna talk about the special teams play by freaking Tressway who wanted to act like the best punter of all time.
Oh my God! Don't remind me of that shit. That was bullshit. Exactly. That was bullshit right there. Y'all can't tell me y'all ain't had a mafia under the field with a magnet.
That pissed me off. I was like, what?
Honestly, though,
Avery was tripping. I was like, what is he doing? What is going on?
Honestly, most of these Twitter GMs and everything and these fantasy football league goofballs, once we got past 2 games, they expected us to go from a 2-15. Once we got 3 games, now they expect us to just be the top contender for the playoff. That's where the expectation was at.
Falling into the bandwagon.
Right, and every game we lose takes away from that expectation. So they lose their mind every time we lose because like now, their hopes are getting dashed.
Yeah. I ain't mean to say if I had coach. I'm just kind of a little frustrated, y'all. Y'all know how it be, man. I just wanted to.
Nah, man. You good, homie. Like I said, this is why we do this. We have the conversation.
You on this damn show every time.
You on this man,
right?
We hear your ass all the time, bro. You part of the family too. Like I said,
yeah, man.
Like I said, it's all. But like you said, we just do these because we like to have a conversation about football. Like I said, at the end of the day, we all fans.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the bands though, man.
I applaud you for coming on.
Right.
I do applaud you for coming on and speaking your mind and actually trying to have a conversation because you have a lot of folks that talk via social media, but when we say come on the show, you don't want to come on the show. When I was holding Twitter spaces on Twitter, they don't want to talk to me on Twitter because you've been destroyed either in previous other spaces that was held by other Falcon fans and stuff like that, or where the case may be. So you do get applause from me for you actually coming on and actually wanting to have a conversation and willing to learn and voice your opinion. Like I said, we don't do anything. The only thing we want to do is try to break down a game of football. Let people know that it's more to the game than just, like you said, it's more to the game than just that one play. It's more to the game to if the call is the game is 4 quarters. You got to look at what plays that were missed in the first quarter, just as well as you got to look at the play that was missed in the fourth quarter. That's exactly how the game goes. You got to play 60 minutes of football.
Let me say this real quick, LT. Did anybody take the time out to think about this? We played one of the better teams in the NFC without our best player on offense.
That's a lot.
Oh,
think about that.
And almost won.
Don't forget Casey Hayward was out too. We had to play with Darren Hall versus Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel.
I mean, Brian Robinson pretty much depleted all that shit. They ain't had to really throw the ball.
Exactly.
Right.
He was taking milk and cookies. That's what he was doing.
He was trying to reignite the Sukihana situation.
Oh my
Brian
God.
Robinson came out with that 50 Cent energy after being shot.
Yeah, man.
But look, I'm finna tell you, I got like I said, I just want to put these numbers out here because if y'all go under Pro Football Reference and look at the touchdown logs for the Atlanta Falcons, In the second half, when you talking about going through all the 4 quarters, as far as fourth quarter and third quarter, y'all do realize out of 16 touchdowns, we only got 5 rushing touchdowns in the second half.
Wow.
Yeah, we were running the ball.
Ain't like hold on. Ain't a couple of them. Didn't a couple of them come from Mariota?
Yep.
Yeah.
You think so? You think?
Let me see.
So we've been doing this all year. He's been consistent.
So, like I said, it's been going, like I said, it's been all year. It's just unfortunately at this point in juncture for what was on the line, it backfired.
Yeah.
And that's what has everybody frustrated. But my issue come down to it is I'm not gonna say Arthur Smith needs to be fired.
Nah.
There has to be an adjustment on certain play calls or whatever you got. If there's a certain adjustment that needs to be made, that's perfectly sane. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh goodness.
Have y'all seen this?
Oh
yeah.
Gracious.
Yeah.
Oh goodness gracious.
I want everybody that comes tune into the show, and I want you to listen to me when I say,
Lord help.
Just listen to me good. In order for you to have a successful franchise, you have to have continuity. You cannot just be throwing people away just because you're upset. Yes, there's a reason why New England went on a 20-year dominance. They had continuity. There's a reason why teams in different eras was successful. They had continuity. You got to have that.
For y'all slow folk, that's stability.
What'd you say? And for the monkey phonics version, that means for more than just 1 year.
Yeah. Team chemistry.
But that poll actually kind of surprised me because I would have thought it had been lopsided. I thought it'd have been more lopsided than that.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to be
as close. I think, like I said, what the issue with I'm finna go into my overthinking brain for this one as I normally do. It just really come down. It ain't even about Arthur Smith. It's not about his play calling. A lot of the frustration is the fact that it's Mariota and Mariota's inconsistency.
Can I say something to that?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all realize that with everything we just said tonight, Ritter would be under the same circumstances, if not worse, because he don't have the experience. Do y'all not realize that? He would have faced the same problems Mariota would have faced, but it'd have been a little bit worse because he does not have the experience. He has not fully learned how to read coverages yet. He don't have that experience. So a lot of stuff that Ron Rivera would come up with would throw him because it's not college. Y'all got to understand this. Ron Rivera is not a rookie coach.
I want to add to that mix too because I want to add to that, and I want to say this. For everybody that's complaining about Mariota, please stop. The dude is only here this year and next year possibly. He's a bridge. The crying about him being here, bro, you ain't doing nothing but burning yourself out. That's all you doing. He's gonna be here. They done made their decision. He's gonna be here. So suck it up and just. I'm tired of seeing Ritter trend on my doggone timeline after every freaking game.
Right.
And you know what's the fact that the crazy thing about it? He's trending so much when most of the people didn't want him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But that's the kicker part. You want him to get in, so if he ain't successful, then we can go get. And I'm gonna use Sam word. Sam, do the honors. Sam, do the honors. They're gonna grab who?
What's the name? What's the name at? You gotta face the other way. He's
what's his name, Sam?
What's the name?
Oh, you the other way? I'm sorry. What's his name, Sam?
The orangutan booty.
No, the quarterbacks out of college.
Bryce Stroud.
Oh
What's his
yeah.
name?
Oh yeah. And Bryce Stroud.
There you go.
Bryce Stroud.
Yeah, that's why people want That's why people want Ritter to start, because if he failed, then we can go grab one of Bryce Stroud.
And that's
why they want him to start.
And like, because they must not want Desmond Ritter to succeed if they want him to start. They must not, because tell me this. Riddle me this. Why would you want literally the same exact quarterback with just less experience starting versus a blitz heavy team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, with a team with a safety like what's his name, Minka Fitzpatrick, with a D line like TJ Watt, and Cameron, a good run D. Why in God's living earth? Why with the same accuracy concerns, right? The same arm strength, the same mobility, that because the mobility is still there. Like, why would you? Oh my God!
Why? I got one reason why. Because they like the taste of Bryce Stroud's thong. Simple and plain.
Excuse me. For those of you that weren't around when the 4-year public suicidal execution of one David Carr.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Listen. If you do not want Desmond Ritter to go to therapy, like David Carr went to the therapy for 4 years.
That ain't funny, bro. Because that man career was
terrible.
Yeah, look at David Carr was a good college quarterback, but bro, going to the Texans was my lord.
Oh my man. Oh Lord.
Bro,
David Carr got
it
was a weekly train wreck.
David
and
Carr
matter of fact, I will give you one. I will come up one closer to where y'all, some of you idiots may remember it. Andrew Luck.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Said I will take my $27 million and go home.
I'm gonna point this out real quick.
Behind after how do you get a lacerated spleen, man?
I always ask that question, but I'm gonna point something out to people real quick. For every Patrick Mahomes that y'all love, the Lamar Jackson, and other first round quarterbacks or quarterbacks that came out starting, I do want people to understand that you do have guys like this that exist: the Brady Queens, the Jimmy Clausens, the Christian Ponders, the Mike, the Jerry Manuels, the list goes on. The Jared Goffs, the list goes on and on. Folks got to understand. You name that much of many people that's actually seeing some sort of success in the NFL, and then we name that many people that don't have that much success in the NFL. You see that?
Got a question. Who the hell is Mike White?
Yep. I heard that too.
Damn.
Mike White looks like a better quarterback than motherfucking Zach Wilson right now.
He really is. He's throwing in those tight windows.
You stupid.
He really is. He's throwing into those tight windows and actually throwing with anticipation and all of this stuff. Honestly, I don't watch the Jets like at all. Like, except for their defense, I don't watch the Jets. I really don't. I don't watch the Jets. I really don't. What I can tell you is that, like, I know certain things about Zach Wilson. I know that he's still trying to find his rhythm, but this man, Mike White, ain't gonna give up his job if he keeps on playing like this. I've never seen a backup quarterback show that much arm talent, confidence, anticipation. Shoot.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So I just thought about something.
What is that?
When we're talking about this Desmond Ritter starting situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say the hypothetical, they may have had a plan for him to start here this year.
Here we go with the bullshit.
This gonna sound crazy.
Hey Sam, come in and come out.
We got an echo.
Yeah, it's an echo.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you think that with the NFC South struggling the way it is buying Mariota more time to get his, well, quote unquote, get his shit together?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. 1000%.
It's a gift. It's a gift for him.
Hold on, what was the question again?
No, so I said with the NFC South struggling the way it is, with Tampa struggling, with Carolina struggling, with the Saints struggling, does it seem like it has bought Mariota more time as far as trying to get shit together, as far as on his end of the bargain?
Here's what I want people to understand about the division right now. What people might not want to believe, the Falcons is actually ahead of the curve in the division. Tampa right now is all they're doing is prolongable. That's all they're doing. They're prolonging the inevitable. The Saints done found it on the train, but they in cap hill. We actually fix our cap hill next year.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina don't know what the hell they doing right now.
They still developing.
So what team is actually ahead of the curve?
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons actually has direction. They know what they're doing. That's the difference.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So I need that.
That's so true. Like when you look at our division, I mean the Carolina Panthers just are now moving in a new direction because they're giving their one of their defensive coordinators interview right now, their head coach, and they're gonna probably address that in the offseason. So they really haven't even gotten started on the the Saints, nobody knows what's going on with them right now. Honestly, like nobody knows. Honestly,
The handwriting's on the wall with the Saints.
Yeah. With the Bucks,
they going back to the paper.
I'm prepared for Alvin Kamara not even to be there next year.
Right. He won't out now.
Boy, he trying to take. I'm about to say
that man went out and committed a crime. He trying to get out of there so bad.
Boy, Drew made life so easy for him.
First of all, when you got your quarterback had given an interview talking about how bad the team did you and what rules they broke because you got hurt, that let you know right then and there that team is done.
Yeah.
So
you're talking new ownership, probably even moving.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, how many times have they been shut out this year? What, twice? 3 times?
2 or 3.
It's been close. It's been close to
10 years. I think 10 years.
I remember one.
They got shut out by the 49ers, who we beat by 14, by the way. They got shut out, I think, by I don't even remember.
I don't know. They playing like complete ass. They playing like.
Yeah, they got shut out like 13-0, 24-0. Jason Hill, I think, is their starting QB, and we all know how that goes. Like they're in
rebuild.
I don't even know if Michael Thomas is playing. Like, I don't even know what's going on with them. Honestly, it makes my head hurt.
Like it said,
Thomas is hurt for the year, so he's
Yeah, they're screwed. They're
not playing either.
But like you said,
I don't think he hurt. I think that's just the excuse they using either to keep him out the field because he's a locker room cancer right now, and they trying to figure out how to get his ass up out of there.
It's hard to do it when you just paid him a couple years ago.
Exactly. This man was supposed to be one of the best wide receivers, and now this man don't even touch the field. Like he doesn't. He don't.
But this is what we talk about as far as when you're so dependent on a certain person or persons. And the Saints are the perfect example, because think about it. You got no Sean Payton and Drew Brees left at the same time. Look what the fuck done happened. The team done imploded. They had to trade away. They traded away their heart and soul on defense. Now their defense look like it just need to be buried underneath the sea and shit. The offense can't do shit.
Well, people got to realize Sean Payton was the New Orleans Saints. I kept telling people that at the beginning of the year. They talking about, oh no, Dennis Allen's going to be the coach of the year. Where? On the
Panthers, two quarterbacks. They got three quarterbacks who know what they got.
And like I said, and like I said, Carolina's under the same thing. They got a good they got a hell of a defense in Carolina.
Honestly.
They got a hell of a defense. But the issue is you don't know who's gonna be running the helm because you traded away all your draft picks to get Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, who both got literally drafted in the same year. How the hell you pulling that off? They just drafted a quarterback this past year.
Mm-hmm.
And PJ Walker, you flip flopping him around, and he playing the best quarterback out of all of them.
And y'all let go of McCaffrey.
Wait. So they got 4 quarterbacks.
Yep.
And out of all 4 quarterbacks, your rookie didn't even touch the field. The dude that was in the XFL that lasted nearly 2
They didn't even last
hours.
a full season.
It lasted 2 hours, and he done saw more playing time.
Yep.
Because the rookie they drafted, he's got a whole bunch of issues with depression and alcoholism.
I think he's out for the season because of
and he's hurt too. So
yeah, he's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
And then
when they said when they let go of McCaffrey, that was the end of that. That was the end of that.
And then Robbie Anderson after that. Now they got only DJ. Well, I mean they're wide receiving. Like they really only have DJ Moore. That's kind of. But see, more the defense. That's pretty much.
How are you gonna steer a team with a quarterback carousel?
That's a whole Kmart fire right there.
And then you got Tampa Bay who is so old that they all need new social security numbers.
Mm-hmm. Talking about the geriatric,
the retirement home Buccaneers. You got
1 year deal,
and then you got all Asian wide
that 45-year-old quarterback that got that 22-year-old little magazine model hanging out with him.
Yeah. But then here's the issue: you drafted a quarterback at the end of the first round last year. And you're talking about drafting another quarterback.
They got old players. They got a geriatric quarterback, and they all the name of that team need to be Colonial Penn Geriatrics. Plain and simple.
You know one thing right now. They're literally one of the only teams that's going to be in the top 10 not looking for a quarterback.
Probably, yeah.
Because the Steelers going to be they looking for a quarterback.
I mean, they just drafted
Kenny Pickett too.
They got to give them at least another year or two before they decide on that. But
I want to point out this conversation what John St. Clair said. Do you realize that Atlanta has been the only drama-free zone in the NFC South? People have to take stuff like that into consideration.
The only
everybody is on board with everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody is on board. You have to put that in perspective. Tampa going through hell. Carolina going through hell. New Orleans going through hell. The only team ain't going through hell is the Falcons.
The same team who had Calvin Ridley get suspended for gambling, the same team with that was in the Deshaun Watson rumors, the same team that traded away Matt Ryan. This is the same team that's rumored to go 2-15.
15.
But but look, I'm like this with LT. Look at the Broncos. You got offensive linemen about ready to beat their quarterback down. Literally, bro.
Broncos country.
D lineman. That's a D line. Okay, excuse me. Defensive lineman ready to beat down
Broncos country.
their quarterback.
Look, it's bad when you have to have security escort from the locker room to your car, from the locker room to the field, from the field to the car. Okay, it's not good, man.
But do you know how bad? Look. Let's use the Broncos for example. They traded for a franchise quarterback.
Right. And gave him $250 million.
They are
guaranteed.
I thought it was 150. 250?
Guaranteed.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
But here's the thing though. The type of quarterback that they wanted him to be is the type of quarterback that he's not.
Facts.
He never was.
You should stay in Seattle with Pete Carroll. That was that man team.
Pete Carroll,
250 plus million for this man, and he ain't performing. Are you serious? He needs to be locked up in Rikers Island right now.
Let's keep this real. Like they using him as a scapegoat because they can't run the damn ball. And the offensive line is complete shit.
Yeah,
that wide receiver Derek Judy is an absolute bomb.
Right.
Right.
Let me tell you.
Hold on. I'm gonna do you one better on Jared Judy.
You got it.
He's that for them Alabama receivers. Turn into a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva.
Let me tell you how jacked up that Denver situation is.
Oh jeez.
They are number one.
Yeah, we're gonna get everybody last take after.
We're gonna go 2 hours.
Before I get Black Man here, let me say this right quick. The Denver Broncos are the number one in the league in points allowed per game for 16 points a game.
Oh yeah,
camel ass dude.
Trash. Worst defense in the league at that. Shit.
No, they got the number one scoring defense in the league. The worst scoring offense in the league.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I see why the defense getting mad because they get crucial stops.
They doing all the work.
And y'all ain't putting points on the board.
I'm out here going up against freaking
Russell Wilson about to get his ass yoked up in the middle of a game by a defensive lineman. They were looking at him. Like,
I see that. I see the not playing cussing. You heard the fuck I said. Like what he said to Russell Wilson. Like I'll fuck you up.
He sunned Russell Wilson to the point where you can see Russell Wilson's eyes inside the helmet. Dude's eyes got big as cassava melons.
Exactly. Boy, Sierra has Future on speed dial after that moment. Like, hey, I can't deal with this thing. What's going on, man?
Home team, what's going on, home team?
Home team.
What up, man?
What it do?
Hey, your boy been under the weather, but
go back and get
man, hate to hear that, man.
Y'all kind of live on this thing. I had to jump on. I said,
you know how we do, man. You know how we do.
On here turned up, boy. But I said, you know what? Let me get on here and say something I think everybody would agree. Even the people in the chat, all the fair weather fans, and even us. Hell yeah. This is what we all thinking. As much as I want to, be like, hey,
I ain't going.
the Falcons, y'all Falcons, y'all, yeah, they had opportunities to win that game against the Commanders. I'm gonna say this.
We got let go of that.
It's no one person's fault. This loss. It's no one person's fault. And it's nobody else, and it's not even a complete team fault. Deron Payne made a play. And it's simple as that. CP was wide open to blow that thing out.
Yeah, that back end, yeah.
Man, that man
I ain't funny. He snatched that shit.
That man could have took a dump on the goal line and nobody would have been around him.
He was wide open. But we all definitely would have liked to see a run play. The pass does open up. Yeah. Everybody would have had liked to seen a run. The pass just opens up more room for a negative play to happen. But Deron Payne just made a good play. It's nobody's fault. This loss. It's not even a whole complete team fault. It is what it is. But this is something that everybody can agree on. And I mean every single body. Win these fucking games by any means necessary from now on.
Yep.
And I mean you win you know.
We got 5 games left.
Right.
We can't lose.
I mean, it's the facts, bro. The facts are, like Mike said, this a team that ain't supposed to be doing a goddamn thing, but they are.
Do y'all realize we 2 games away from where we were as far as wins last season? 2 games.
Yeah, two wins from me getting some money.
2 games away. 2 games away from 7 wins.
I mean, that's a fact, and that's a fact, and it's also a fact that we still could make it into the playoffs, regardless of this quarterback controversy. I really wish y'all would give it a rest, y'all, with the quarterback controversy. Marcus Mariota ain't the worst thing out there. It's plenty of other quarterbacks teams out there that got a worse situation than we do.
Zach Wilson.
Carolina.
Zach Wilson.
Look,
he just got benched. Their defense playing good.
Zach Wilson, Jared Goff. Like I said,
Broncos country
with Jared Goff.
Let's fry.
See, Jared. Hey, look, everybody want Patrick Mahomes. Hey, LT. Why? Because it's free real estate.
And in the real estate business, everybody like free real estate. And this the last thing I'm gonna say, cause I know Mike want to wrap this thing up. So this the last thing I'm gonna say. Everybody can agree we need to win these last games. Don't lose no more damn games. I don't care that you the the B squad or the C squad, and you just making you making it do what it do. You're motivating each other, you're inspiring each other to go out there and be competitive. Well, don't just be competitive. Win these fucking games by any means necessary. Okay, no more pussyfooting around. If I'm the coaching staff, I'm saying the same thing to the rest of the coaching staff. I'm saying, if I'm Arthur Smith, I'm telling the whole coaching staff, no more pussyfooting around. We need to be aggressive from here on and here on out, from quarters 1 to 4.
Okay, you started off right, and then you went into fan mode. That ain't cool.
And if I'm graded Jared, you are the most, you the best. You the best. We gonna get to the leader on this team. You need to stand up in front of the team and stand Marcus Mariota ass up and say, hey, you are a quarterback. You are a general. Lead this fucking team from this point on. Lead this team with your words and your actions, not just by going out there and being the damn quarterback. And that's all I'm going to say after that.
K-Star, you said it, man. 10-7, man. Let's get it, man. Let's do it. Let's see if we can do it.
Hey, think about it like this. You win these games for all those free agents everybody want. They may come for cheap.
Just win. Just win.
Like I say, if you gotta gouge a motherfucker's eyes out, do it. If you gotta kick a dude if you gotta kick a dude in the nuts, whatever, we good.
Rochambeau.
You gotta lock his ass in the locker room before the game start, so he don't make it out on the field. Do what you got to do.
But even if you got to win all the games, like I said, we want you to win all the games. But the way this division is this year, it looks like 7 to 8 games is gonna win you this damn division.
Honestly.
But we need to win. But like you said, if you want the team to make a statement, they gotta win all the games.
And keep in mind that hypothetically speaking, even if we do lose this game, that we're still not out of it. Like we got a lot of divisional games coming up, and don't forget we play the Bucks at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's the last game.
That's gonna be the game to determine the division. They already set that shit up with that bullshit they did last time. They already set it up.
Yeah,
of course. Of course,
they're gonna have. I just want us to have a better record than them by in the
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not trying to have no referees determine no games from this point on at all.
I mean,
now without one of them getting killed on that TV.
Exactly. Yeah. And what's crazy to me is that Seattle is in the playoffs right now. Like if the season were to end right now, Seattle's in the playoffs, and they have a closer record to us. So if they lose a few games,
no, they're not. They'll see the above us. We're
in
AC.
Oh, still, I mean, we're still pretty much in.
That's why the loss. That's why the loss to Washington, because if we win that game and we're 6-6 by Seattle losing and we beating Washington, we're the 7th seed.
That takes us out of the hunt, puts us actually in there.
So now instead of having, like I said, instead of you controlling your destiny from here on out, now you got to take more extra steps to get to that point.
Yep.
You don't want to be in the play-in, waste all your energy going into the 8th round, and now all of a sudden now you done used up all your bullshit, all your shit, and getting your ass whooped.
No, around December you got to be close the year out, man, with a bang. All you got to do.
Like I said, y'all remember the longest yard? Remember when the referee was calling those bullshit games? If you got to hit a referee in the nuts with the football to get shit right, God damn it, do it too.
I know a couple games back they wish they could have done that, but we ain't gonna speak on that.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and wind it down, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, when we talk about the 3 or 4 plays, we can talk about the 4 plays that should have happened where we wouldn't even be in this predicament, even talking about trying to fight for a playoff spot. There's 3 or 4 plays in this season where we really would be 8-4 right now.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's a rebuilding process, man. We and like LT said, we are actually ahead of the curve for what we want right now.
Come in here and put shit out there on
So,
Saturday.
Mike, you want to go ahead and close us out, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Right.
I appreciate everybody for joining us. LC, Will, Blackberry, OG Sam in the place, ready to shoot everybody in this motherfucker, verbally, of course. Your boy Alex, as well as the Falcons therapist.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it, man. We're gonna continue to give y'all nothing but the hardcore realness. No fluff. We ain't here to be friends. Look, we ain't here to be friends and try to make you feel good. We're gonna say what the fuck is on our mind, and y'all gonna get our y'all gonna continue to support us. All right? Because y'all know this is the only place where y'all can come here and say what y'all want to say and actually sit down and have a conversation with us. No other platform is gonna do that with y'all but here in Manufactured Nation. So, man,
don't get caught wearing them pink thongs, man.
See, I told you. That's the verbal killer right there, boy.
Exactly. Them pink thoughts. Exactly. So, like we said, man, we appreciate everybody, man, as always. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all always leave us what your thoughts is as well, man. Because as we always say, we always willing to teach anybody anything, and we always willing to learn anything. Because what they always say is that the smartest motherfucker don't know shit. Why he doesn't know nothing? Because he's always learning, and the dumbest motherfucker think he knows everything.
Ain't wore a pair of shoulder pads a day in the damn life.
Well,
which is why AB kind of AB. No, I won't get into it. Never mind.
We know he's
hey, Mike and K Styles, but them two joking right there. Mike will trip you up in the woods, and K Styles be behind him talking about. Now tell me why that happened.
right. I would do that for real. Like, be looking at you. I'll be looking at you like. Now,
how did you let him do that?
OG saying walk up behind him. OG saying walk up behind him and say, "Did that hurt?" Yeah, right. It fucking hurt.
Like, you're damn right.
We'll be looking like this. You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Right.
Standing on that very same ankle that goddamn broke.
Exactly. Like, you shouldn't have been talking shit. See, now, if you would have cooperated and you would have been cool, you wouldn't have got a foot broke off in your ass.
That sounds like Sam Lou. That sounds just like
Sam gonna be playing hippity hop with his foot up somebody's ass because somebody pissed him off. All right, y'all, man. We're gonna do this again tomorrow. We got the 6-man convo tomorrow, man, as well as heavy hitters on Wednesday. So until next time, people, man, we ain't here to play. No. We here to stay.
Ooh, yeah.
Y'all ain't gotta go home.
You got to get the hell up out of here
right now.
Yeah.
Get the fuck on about